Hello everyone, Noctim0 here, and today I want to talk more about Logan. I know the internet's still blowing up right now with the death of Glenn, spoilers, from The Walking Dead, but I'm going to say right now, I kind of jumped off that bandwagon. Anyway, so to talk about Logan, the few things that I saw in the trailer, first off, I was happy to see that they're finally bringing in the Reavers. Just disappointed of how late they're bringing these guys in. I remember first seeing these characters when watching X-Men the animated series, and Lady Deathstrike was leading them on a revenge quest thing against Wolverine, because that's pretty much who the Reavers actually hate the most, because I think they're compiled of a group of mutant haters and cyborgs that have fought Wolverine in the past and lost a limb or two with him, and are now cyborgs themselves. I mean, these characters look pretty cool. A little sleeker though. I always liked how they looked like in the comics and the show because they looked like they were put together by random shit. This one they look like more put together Terminator style or even Deus Ex style cybernetics. Donald Pierce leads them in this film, what it looks like, but I'd rather, well, actually not even rather. I'm hoping that because of the whole timeline alternate thing that they've done, that Lady Deathstrike will make a slight appearance as what she really was before. She was a cyborg. Maybe she was a mutant before that, like in X2, but they enhanced her as a cyborg instead. I always remember her as that. I think that would be really cool. Now, in doing the research that I've been doing, seeing that as the timeline has been reset thanks to Wolverine and Kitty Pryde and all that stuff, if you look, first off, the movie takes place in the year 2024. That's a year after X-Men Days of Future Past's storyline or whatever. So pretty much, this movie takes place a year after the events of after the alternate events of Days of Future Past, if it went that far, or maybe what we saw at the end of Days of Future Past was something more around 2015, 2014, something like that, where the X-Men had a few years apiece before they went through this new extinction event because they really traded one future for another. If it wasn't being death by machines, it was death by whatever's happening. It could be a virus, like they said in the Inhumans. It could be something that Mr. Sinister has been maybe hunting them down more relentlessly than the frickin' Sentinels. Um, but still, the point is that it seems no matter what, Days of Future Past or Logan, we're seeing a gritty future where the X-Men can no longer be around to save the world or something. Now, another thing that I'm actually looking forward to, because it looks like they're trying to set up X-23 in this film. It is still a Wolverine film, but it's more. I'm still saying it's like it's going to be as close to The Last of Us as it's ever going to get. But to watch this film, then bringing in X-23. They replaced Wolverine with X-23 as the new Wolverine in the comics ever since Wolverine's death, when he got encased in adamantium. Now that may not happen in this film, but there's a lot of things I cannot wait to see. Either they're going to have this chick get a little bit older so she can fill the role of Laura so much better, or they might recast her or something. Who knows what happens? But it's looking pretty cool so far. But just from what I've seen, anyway. For future films, though, I would love to see X-23 have her own movie or something. But another thing about this whole timeline thing, Wolverine's healing factor isn't working now. And it's making me wonder, because even though the timeline's been reset, not everything was changed. Because everything was changed up to the point when it was like, I believe, the 60s or the 70s or something like that. Anything before that is still canon, like Wolverine in the Wolverine saving that one Japanese dude who became the Silver Samurai or whatever. That still happened. So what if this time around the events of the Wolverine still happened, but in a whole different light? Instead of, I guess, him saving or killing whatever his name was and stopping him from taking his... What if he took his healing factor this time? They might even play on that. Or, I don't know. They can't say the events of the Wolverine didn't happen, because that guy's obsession would probably still be there even after Wolverine saved him. Because those events would still be there. And if the events of Wolverine changed, I mean that just brings a light bulb to my head, because with the events all completely altered, what if maybe now we'll actually get to see Wolverine's son Daken in a future film? And I would like to see a Daken versus X-23 film or something like that, because it's the children of Wolverine pretty much. I mean, I know she's the clone, but she's not really a clone, not official. I mean, no, like they had other Wolverine clones. They were failures from what it looked like, and X-23 is the only successful one. Um, she would. I mean, come on, she's more his daughter than anything else. I mean, if you've seen the dynamic and how Wolverine's always tried to train her and whatnot, and like I said, I still want to. I would like to see Daken show up in a future film. If X-23 turns out to be more just as accepted of a character as Wolverine is in the films, that is, because this is the first time they're bringing her in, so it's going to be pretty freaking cool. And I mean, really, to talk about anything else, I mean, the films themselves are. It's hard to see where they're going. I mean, even X-Men Apocalypse makes me think that what Havoc isn't dead, even though he was in the middle of the explosion. What if they're going to do some kind of time travel thing? Because they say they're going to do X Factor or X Force or whatever they're doing, and they're going to have Cable. What if Cable saves him, and brings him to a future timeline or something, and has him lead X Force? Because I think Havoc does lead X Force, while Scott leads the X-Men. So it's just something to think about. That's like the first thing I thought about when Havoc disappeared, because he didn't. I don't think he's dead. But still, it's all a matter of how they're going to do this. I mean, pretty much with the way Logan's going to end, they're pretty much trying to do an end of an era. Like maybe X-Men are all done, and now they're doing X Factor or something. I mean, it would be cool though if they did bring back the X-Men again or something, because I mean they're still doing movies with McAvoy and Fassbender and all them, so we'll still get those. I mean, they're even talking about revisiting the Phoenix Saga and actually doing it right this time, because Jesus Christ, X3 was such bullshit. But I'm really looking forward to this. I know I've said that a number of times already, but I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, with all these movies, I mean, Fox has fucked up with X-Men a couple of times, but they've been managing to hold on to this franchise for as long as they could. And I give them props, at least. I mean, they really are trying to hang on to X-Men. But they're now listening to the fans and doing it a hell of a lot better. Ugh, thank God, because, if they fucked up Deadpool again, that's another subject for another day, though. Anyway, guys, I dragged this on for a little bit too long. Just please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think about the little... I mean, really, I didn't explain too much. Just, let me know. And let me know what you all guys just want, like, your opinions on what you think might happen with the timeline, because the timeline thing has been a big deal, but now seeing Logan, it's like it opens up so many possibilities. Take care.